Hey, this is Dan from Kitsap CrossFit, and bringing you the home WOD for Monday, March 23rd. Today we have two 7-minute AMRAPs separated by a 2-minute rest. The first AMRAP is 7 power snatches and 7 toes to bar, and the prescribed weight is 95 pounds for men, 65 pounds for the ladies. It should be a weight that's still a relatively light weight for you and something that you could easily do the 7 reps unbroken. After your 2-minute rest, then you're going to do 7 thrusters at the same weights and 7 pull-ups. Now, if you have a barbell and a pull-up bar, this is a pretty straightforward workout. But a lot of folks don't have barbells, a lot of folks don't have pull-up bars at home. So what I'm going to show you today are some options using a bumper plate and a kettlebell. But know that you could use anything else that you might have around your house. It could be maybe you have a medicine ball, maybe you have a bag of dog food. I don't know what it is, but maybe you have something that you can use along these lines. So for the for the power snatches, I'm going to demonstrate 2 options here. One is a bumper plate, what we call ground to overhead, which is basically what a snatch is anyways. You're taking a barbell from the ground to over your head. So here I'm demonstrating a bumper plate ground to overhead. I'm using my hips to very aggressively lift the bumper plate off the ground and up over my head, making it feel sort of weightless for a moment. Another option would be to use a kettlebell and to do a kettlebell snatch. Now, a kettlebell snatch is it's a sort of a complex movement pattern, but basically, again, I'm using my hips to create lift on the kettlebell and then kind of flipping the kettlebell up and over my hand at the top of the movement. Now, toes to bar are a little bit tricky to do if you don't have a pull-up bar, obviously. So a couple of simple options would be to do a V sit-up, where you're keeping your legs long and your arms over your head, and you are coming together in the middle. That can be a fairly challenging movement, and so a way to scale that would be to bend your knees, still pulling your knees in toward your chest and lifting your back up off the ground. Now, for the thrusters, again, I'm going to use a bumper plate and the kettlebell, and basically I'm going to hold the bumper plate or the kettlebell at my chest level, perform a full squat, and at the top of the squat, press the bumper plate or kettlebell over my head. I'm using the drive from my squat to create some momentum so I can more easily press the weight over my head. For pull-ups, you could use the weights and just do sort of a bent over row. So I demonstrate this with a bumper plate. So I'm just bent over, keeping my back nice and flat and pulling the weight toward my chest. I could also do this as a single arm version using the kettlebell and then doing a few reps on one side and then a few reps on the other side. Now for pull-ups, here's a creative option. If you happen to have bar stools like a high kitchen chairs, you can use a broomstick or some sturdy long object and place that across the 2 bar stools. I've put some bumper plates on top of these chairs to make them a little bit more stable, but I can use that to create an opportunity to do like a horizontal row. Now, our patio or our deck also has a railing, and I was able to place this broomstick across or this small rake, I guess, across the railing and create the same scenario outside, which actually worked a little bit better for me than using the bar stools. But there's a couple of options there as well. And that's probably something I'll be doing whenever pull-ups come up in workouts in the future. So, despite the fact that our written workout for the day requires a barbell and a pull-up bar, I think we can easily demonstrate that these are workouts that you can do at home and you don't need typical gym equipment to do it. And yes, I'm using a bumper plate and kettlebells, but you could use many things that you might just find around the house to simulate these same movements. So good luck with this workout. We'd love to hear how it goes for you. You can post your results in the comments. Thanks.